Hey, everybody, welcome to the game. I'm Wizard of Oz, and this is not my show. Our show's put on by our participants, um, and so let's see how tonight's show is going to go. All right, here we go. All right, let's get the links propagated. Notifications are gone out. Good. All right. All right, here we go. Rock on. And here we go. All right. Hey, Zach, what's up, man? How you doing? All right, all the links are going out now. Looks like we got things coming together. Tow truck, what's up? Yeah, guys, man, dude, let me see if my camera's if I got enough light in here for this. I don't know. You might be able to see it. Check this out. I've got these dice. I make dice, and I was putting the dots on them like that. I had to make a guide for the holes and mark them all out so I can get them all with the dots on them, like well, like that one. Yep. And then I'll sand them down again, stain them, and bingo, badass dice, big badass dice. Hey, what's up, Miriam? What's up? Don T. Rump, how you doing? Hey, there you go. Welcome in. Just another day in the sunshine, huh? Oh man, the stuff's starting to look pretty good about the election stuff. Sorry, I'm still checking out news and information and stuff like that. Okay, yep. Not enough light in here for now. So what's happening, Zach? You watched Moonraker a few times? Damn. Oh, wow. Wow, this is just getting. Yeah, they're losing their mind, dude. What's up?
Hey, bud.
How's it going?
I'm just dying to know something about these flags, man, and and the fringes and the tassels and all this stuff. Like sometimes you just see plain flags, and sometimes you see
What's
the
up, Bruce
gold.
Wayne?
Hey, Bruce.
Carpenter
What's up,
Patriot.
Wizard?
Canoes to the moon. What's up?
Like today, the flags had red, or I'm sorry, blue and white tassels hanging off of them with gold fringe.
I'm not sure about the blue and white tassels, but I know that the gold fringe around the edges is maritime law.
Right, right, and and I don't get the tassels.
Well, here's somebody who can tell you.
I hope so. That I'd really like to know.
What's up with the blue and white tassels, Bill?
What?
What's up with the blue and white tassels on a flag?
Blue and white tassels?
Yeah, I know the gold fringe is for maritime law, but what's the blue and white tassels about?
I don't know.
This is amazing. I
Oh,
just got off another live stream where a guy is sitting behind an upside down American flag. And I chatted in the room, hey, dude, you shouldn't be doing that. That's a sign of distress. It means send help immediately. And he goes, well, duh, haven't you seen the country lately? Yeah, but that's a sign of distress for your camp, your local position. You're weakening the symbol of the upside down flag by flying that there. It's a boy crying wolf,
Yo,
right?
I would think so. Yeah. Yep. Sure sounds
so
like.
are there special flags that only hang in special offices?
Yes.
Like one for the Oval Office and one for
Nice ring.
the White House, and different ones that fly in the press room.
I think there's like no, not like that, but there's like uh specific flags that fly for specific reasons.
Yeah, because there was a 45-minute speech from President Trump today, and he had those red and white tassels hanging off of the presidential flag.
Red and white tassels.
Yeah,
I
long
thought you
ones,
said
two
blue.
long ones, braided with, yeah, 3 foot long ropes with 4-inch tassel hanging off the end, hanging down the length of the flag.
Oh wow.
Where'd you go, Bill? Where's the mute button?
He's just got artifacts in his sound if he doesn't mute while he's not talking.
Oh, I see. I thought he was trying to speak.
No, you were fine. Bill, where'd you go?
I
Don't
never
push
understood
it.
that whole meaning of gold tassels on the flag, maritime law, and all that.
The gold fringe around the edges. Yes.
Yeah, tell me what that's supposed to mean.
Maritime law. That's law outside of the boundaries of the United States in the waters and territory.
Like the Navy.
Yes. Specifically the Navy.
And
Maritime
I just
international
never
law.
understood all that.
Well, it's maritime international law. It's the laws of the waters.
Okay. I guess I have to do some research.
Yes.
So I guess
I figured
my
you'd
only
know
thought
that.
of it was that, some messages are friendly and some messages are more official and some messages are, meant to be taken very seriously. And I supposed that these different tassels might signify that. And I just wanted to
Oh,
see if I
okay.
could figure that out.
This
Holy shit.
website
You're
says
passing a
the
platter
gold
of bacon
fringe.
around the room.
This website says the gold fringe is actually ornamental, but traditionally it's been used on military flags only. According to the Dictionary of the Flag of the United States, records indicate that the fringe was first used on a flag as early as 1835. It was not until 1895 that it was officially added to the national flag for all regiments of the Army. Courts have held that the gold fringe or tassels have no legal meaning and are merely an adornment.
Someone told me that when the gold tassel has shed, when there's enough bloodshed, they turn red and white.
Yeah, the whole damn flag will turn red when there's no bloodshed.
What's up, Don?
I don't know.
Hey,
We were over at Kay's, and we were having such a good time. And Sick Pat was on a roll, and we were just having a great time. And then I had to come over here. I had to leave.
I had to leave too. Too much abortion crap.
Too much, yeah. See, I have an affliction. It's a real bad affliction. I suffer from it on a daily basis. The 3-letter acronym is LTS.
Right.
It's a low tolerance for stupidity. And it's real hard on me. So I break out in a rash and start twitching. Real bad.
Right.
And so I have to move away from it. It's, it's like everything else you're allergic to.
Well, you come over right spot.
I didn't have any notifications, and I didn't see it online.
Yeah, well, it's fine. It wasn't the end of the world. We're probably better off not being there at this point in the program. I know I am.
Okay.
I'm better off being here.
It's good to see you, Don.
Always a pleasure to see you, sir.
Well, I'm very happy to have all of you here. Thank you for coming up and being part of it.
Wizard, I enjoyed your bunny wabbit videos.
Did you see that?
Yes, sir, I did. Give you a thumbs up.
Rock on. Yeah, it was a lot of work, but we got all the cages fixed and finished, and got them to where they can be occupied.
And you're raising them for pelts and to eat, or both?
Yep. Food and materials, you bet. And manure for the garden.
Oh yeah.
Everything gets used.
Rabbit shit's high in nitrates.
Yes.
Good for your weed.
Right?
Okay.
Hey, Wizard.
We those of us at the highly specialized big brains at Sausage Gravy Biscuit Farm highly recommend rabbit shit and chicken shit for your weed.
Yep.
Fish shit is actually the best.
Fish shit's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is. I use fish shit in some of my stuff. Fox Farms is fish shit.
But I haven't grown weed in many years. I've got a lot to catch up on. They just legalized recreational weed in Montana. So
there you go. There you go. How many plants can you grow?
Dude, I'm thinking seriously about joining one of these suppliers in the greenhouses and become a grower.
Why not?
How many plants can you grow personally?
Well, they're still working it out. It'll probably be half a year before it takes effect,
I think it's 12.
No,
as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure it is.
If it was medical, see, Montana's been medical marijuana for years, but now they just voted recreationally. At the same time, they voted for Trump. So
Correct.
Now anybody over the age of 21 can buy and grow and do whatever, I think, but it's still got to be worked out,
Well, it's just like Nevada, actually. Nevada is 12 plants. And my plan is to grow 12, probably at least 10-gallon pot plants. Well, no, it's 6 plants per person. So between my wife and myself, I should be able to manage 12. I'll manage hers for her.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying, what if you're a supplier to a state legal distributor?
Well, it's funny you should mention that because one of my neighbors is one of the largest hemp and marijuana farms in the state of Nevada.
No shit.
So there's a whole lot of that going on. And yeah, you could do that. In the state of Nevada, you have to do personal, you have to live 25 miles away from the nearest dispensary. Dispensary.
Or school, probably.
No, dispensary. Trust me, I've been through these rules 1,000 times already. Stand by.
That's very interesting. Well, see, all this shit has to be worked out now. They passed the law, and now they got to work out all the details. You got to be over 21. You got to pay a state tax. You got to buy it from a state-approved dispensary like a liquor store.
Sorry, I had to let the dogs out.
No, you have to buy it through a dispensary if you buy
Well,
it.
it's what we're trying to figure out now in this state. It's all new territory.
Nevada's just hashing theirs out. They've got a new, cannabis commission that takes the law and turns it into regulations. And of course,
something like that. And
they're fucking that up. But
yeah, from what I hear, it's going to take at least half a year to up to 12 months before you can actually start buying it without, a medical marijuana card.
Yeah, but I would, if I were you, if it were me and I were you and those were them and stuff is shit, I would probably at least look into how many personal plants I could grow if I were you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'd like to do that too.
Because I would be happy to send you some
Oh no, don't send me anything.
Starter kit.
No, please don't.
Dude, everything I'm sending you is legal. What the fuck?
Yeah, but I don't want to, accidentally.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for the offer.
It's okay. It's all right.
I know, right?
Yeah, all right. Whatever.
Stay under the radar.
Dude, you do what's you be you. That's cool. I ain't gonna.
You're a gentleman and a scholar for the offer. I highly salute you, sir.
Okay.
I respectfully turn it down.
No, it's fine. I get it.
But anyway, yeah, but they got it, going that way is awesome. But
man, can you imagine the million fucking dollars? They're saying $70 million will be added to the state's tax revenue just by the sale of legalized weed.
Yeah, well,
they projected something like that for the first year in Colorado. It tripled.
Yeah, right.
And it's been quadrupled ever since. The same projections were done in Nevada, and they were doubled.
In fact, Coloradans get a rebate check instead of a paid tax bill, right?
I know in Alaska they get that. I don't know about that in Colorado.
I heard that their state tax. Nobody owed any state taxes, and they issued everybody a rebate check.
Yeah, Colorado, I doubt it.
No, Colorado because of the overages in the funds from sales. That's what I heard anyway.
I guess that's possible.
So I finally got to smoke some weed while I was on vacation last week for the first time in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this dude said he laid out all these tiny little baggies. They were like sealed plastic with logos on them. He said, this dude's from MIT. Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and he is a geneticist and all this shit. And these strains,
they grow some fine weed there.
And he had like 8 different fucking strains, and he was like, "Pick one, dude." I was fired up, and this one was called Hippie Crippler, and this other one was called Purple Cake. And I was like, fire up that purple cake, man.
I bet that was tasty.
Oh, gosh. It was like evergreen needles and moss and dirt in the woods and like pine bark. High terpenes.
At least
I was so fucking stoned and relaxed. And my pain just melted away.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But I was flying back home 2,000 miles, so I couldn't take any with me. And now I'm still here at home going, damn, I wish I had some more of that shit.
Dude, that's just. I guess that's where I guess that's just where I'm weird, because I challenge the system across all the fucking the entire way, from what I'm going to do with weed to how I transport weed to, and frankly, I've never been challenged or caught or popped, and it's I don't know.
The times they are changing.
And it's becoming more and more legal. I mean, what was it? 4 states this time in this election cycle that went legal weed.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my God. I mean, how many states are left that are not legal weed?
Yep.
No. I know we've.
Well, I know the one that I'm leaving is not legal weed. And I'm pretty pleased with that. Fuck them in the neck.
Jeez. Yeah, well, they
Dallas
decriminalized.
not fond of
I like that. I like that. I like that they just decriminalized it. Don't have to register or any of that shit.
It's got to be 21 years old and show an ID.
Yeah, they've regulated it. They've regulated the freedom out of it, basically. But the one thing that I take away from it is that they won't bust me if I've got more than a fucking lid in my pocket as I'm driving down the street. So,
Right.
Well, that
oh, did I
up
say
a whole
lid?
other can of worms, even though it's legal to smoke and everything.
Yeah,
They
you
can
said
smoke
the.
if they're driving under the influence of marijuana. Now, here's the real question: is how the fuck do they prove you're driving under the influence of marijuana? Oh, well, you could just say, well, the dude was smoking, the whole car was reeking full of smoke, and found a joint.
That's how they currently do it. Is dude
Well,
says is cop says, dirty fucking cop says, well, I smelled marijuana. Well, that gave him pretty much the right to do whatever the fuck he wants.
But shouldn't it require a blood test of some sort, like a DUI?
For them to charge you in court, yes, they will. There will be a requisite test of some kind that'll be scientifically accurate. There is only one saliva test, and there is a blood test, which is cheaper, but the saliva test is like $400 a pop.
And then it shows like parts per million or some shit.
The problem is that it stays in your system for up to.
Yeah, that's my whole thing, Wizard.
Well, then you discuss concentration. The only way that for instance, in Colorado, they do have a breathalyzer. And it comes down to concentration. So if you just smoke the joint, then you're going to have a higher concentration of it in you, on you, around you, versus you smoked the joint last week and your shit comes up positive.
So they got tests that can tell the difference?
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
In the field, like on the side of the road where the cops like.
Yes.
What is it like? You're saying a spit? They swab the inside of your cheek, or
one of them is a spit. One of them is a hair. They take a follicle of hair and drop it into a thing.
Yeah.
And I believe that there's 2 breathalyzers that's on the way in.
Wow. That's.
Yep. So yeah, it's all totally high tech now. I know in the state of Nevada that I could do six plants per person, which should be perfect for me. So I don't have to worry about dispensaries. I don't have to worry about none of that shit. I can grow my own. I'll do my own thing. 12 plants a year will keep me and me in plenty of. Well, that's going to be 12 plants per 3 months, 4 months if I want to stretch, 3 times a year. I should be able to do that.
36, yeah.
And that should be, I won't be able to smoke all that weed. There's no way. So I'm going to have friends.
A friend with weed, a friend indeed.
Exactly.
I'm guessing friends ain't gonna be hard to come by with that much.
Right. A friend with weed is a friend indeed.
So that's my thinking. I'll go out and buy a building. I'll buy a little shed, little Amish like I got here, a little Amish, 14, 10 by 12, or I think I have a 12 by 16 here. I can put 12 plants in that easy. Lights, little humidity control. Wham bam, thank you, man.
Yep.
My life.
So,
Me and Dallas are going to be friends. That's for damn sure.
Man, I'm so anxious. I can't wait to see the fucking regulations. I mean, as soon as they do, I'm gonna apply as a gardener at a distributor greenhouse and try to make some money. But the way you're talking sounds like you can make just as much money in designing marijuana street tests.
I'm telling you,
Be a war.
That's
right?
totally high tech. I mean, that's like Pfizer kind of guys are doing that kind of shit.
I'm a high tech kind of guy, but I don't know.
I'll tell you what, though, and you may or may not be interested in this, but the cannabis industry is very, very focused on vets.
On who?
On vets. Like
of course, that was the whole promotional thing before the vote here in Montana. They were like,
we'll hire all vets, and they will.
We'll have more access once we legalize it, and that's what actually. I mean, I signed the fucking petitions and everything to get it on the ballot, and so did 100,000 other people, which is like a tenth the population of the state. And we've been trying this for 6 fucking years, and the legislature keeps, no, not gonna happen. And then the damn Catholics opposed it. They said, "Oh, well, this petition's illegal. It should not be on the ballot because it changes the way that Montana has revenue."
Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Catholics have opposed everything since fucking Constantine wrote the goddamn Bible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was crazy. And we barely won by I think 59% yes.
Doesn't matter. You won.
Yeah.
So you're good.
And
so next 6 months, dispensaries will open up all over the place. And there'll be plenty of jobs for veterans because the cannabis industry loves employing veterans. They do.
Yeah, and they told me at the VA like 4 years ago in the fucking PTSD clinic. They were like, we're coming around. Won't be long before you'll be able to smoke pot and still come to the VA and get all your meds. And I dropped my jaw. I had to pick my jaw up off the fucking floor.
Saw
this was head fucking PhD, the head fucking head shrinker that said that in front of a group of 6 vets. And I was like, you did not just say that. And he was like, yes, I did. They've seen this coming from a ways off. And I hope it doesn't take a fucking year for them to get their shit together and let us start buying it.
My niece lives in Colorado Springs, and I have been visiting her at the drop of a hat. I was reading Dallas's thing here about and who was it whose mom went to Denver. There it is. Yeah, Dallas. I used to fly into Denver and go down to the Springs and hit every fucking dispensary down there. I know them all. They love me. I'd go in there and buy $300, $400, $500 worth of shit.
Wow.
Just to spend the week with my niece.
Wow.
I'd smoke most of it, and then I'd mail half of it back to the East Coast.
Right.
I ain't joking.
I know. Do what you got to do, man. Right.
That was so cool. I mean, literally, I'm flying into the Springs. I love my niece, and I love going to see her and everything. She's great, and we have a close relationship. But I was about halfway there for the niece and halfway there for the week. So there you go. Spineless and corrupt. Yes, I am. I'm sorry.
You know what's really weird though here in Montana? I've been here 5, 6, 7 years. You never, I mean, when you watch the news, you never, even though you have to have a state medical marijuana card, you never hear about anyone getting busted with possession of marijuana. It doesn't even happen anymore. You can walk down the fucking sidewalk. Everybody's smoking it, just standing on the fucking sidewalk. People sitting in parked cars. You walk by them, the fucking clouds of reefer smoke are just rolling out the fucking windows. And they just parked their car there, getting ready to drive somewhere. It's just, I don't know.
Don, the Catholic vote in Colorado got weed made. That sounds fucking awesome. I never would have figured the Catholics for making weed in Colorado, but that's cool. I did not know that.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Catholics put up a major opposition to legalize weed on the ballot this year in Montana. Major
I saw a thing today on the internet, so it's got to be true.
Right?
But I saw a thing today on the internet that said the House of Representatives are about to vote on a bill to stop it didn't say legalize weed. It didn't say decriminalize weed, but it said stop the federal prohibition on weed, which I'm not sure how one differs from the other, honestly. I'm sure they'll make some shit up on us. But anything like that, I'm 100%. Of course, it's on the internet, so it's got to be true. But anyway, I saw that today. Just wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah,
you guys know that Army colonel that has been walking with Giuliani the last couple of days talking about election fraud? He was an Army technician, intelligence technician.
Yeah, truck. I saw that.
He was talking about how the vote got swayed in
McInerney, right?
There you go.
McInerney.
Yeah, because I always get it mixed up with the spokeswoman there. But he said that they had manipulated the vote such that marijuana got legalized by one vote in a county. They were just fudging the numbers just enough to win, But I thought it was kind of unique that he mentioned that they swayed it so that marijuana got legalized there by one vote.
Tool Mike, I gotta disagree with you. I wouldn't get a card. As much as the state's going to legalize something, I don't need them knowing additionally that I am imbibing. And on top of that, some states are actually tying the marijuana, the medical marijuana cards to
they became
gun registration.
The drug cartel. Some of the states have done it, so they have become the drug cartel.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard stories from a vet in New Hampshire. He just told his VA doctor, "Hey, I'm going on the state medical marijuana program." Doctor said, "Well, fuck you. You're not getting any more meds from the VA. They're cutting you off." And it's happening all over the nation in certain states, not all of them. That's the whole thing too. And then
I had a buddy the same situation. They would,
and then you got to
piss test him every time he walked in there, and if he ended up having shit in his urine, they wouldn't see him.
Yep. And then
I don't go to the VA. Fuck the VA.
Canoes talks about it's a federal crime still. And so
I wouldn't. Yeah, he's right. He's right. But I wouldn't give him the sweat from one ball.
Nope.
I just like fuck it. Come and take it. You'll get it from the hot end.
Right. Exactly.
No, when they check your, if you've been taking your medication with a blood test, fuck you.
Well, I'm just saying I advise against it. Now, you do what you like. I don't know what your situation is, and I'm not a fucking lawyer.
Right.
But it's my humble opinion, and here's why. That's all. Well, if the feds legalize weed, then all bets are off. That changes the whole dynamic. It really does.
I came the hard way, man.
What's that?
I went through a year and a half worth of drug trials trying to find a medication that was going to save my life. They gave me 2 years to live.
I don't think I've ever had 2 years to live.
Yeah, you died a couple of times. Came back to life.
Right. And after I recovered, I came back to life.
Canoes, I have to disagree with you on that.
What?
I mean, I'm all about sausage, but dude, I do love me some bacon. I'm just saying, don't forsake the bacon.
Yeah, don't forsake that bacon.
So, Wizard, continue.
Yes,
Found
please.
marijuana helped you to recover.
Well, I went through a year and a half of their fucking chemicals, man, trying to figure out a drug that would help me. I was working with a sociologist and a regular doctor, and we were doing the biorhythm thing, the whole 9 yards. And we went through
Feedback.
right biofeedback sets and all the whole 9 yards, blood scans, all of it. And I went through that shit for a year and a half, and none of it worked. My doctor finally sat me down in his seat, took off his lab coat, had me go into his office, and told me, he says, well, I don't have anything else I can try with you. And I mean, I was like, what do you mean, doc? I said, he says, I'm, there's no more bullets in the gun. We have no more medications that we can work with you on.
Yeah, that's what they do. They finally have to admit that you know more than they do. You probably said, well, can I smoke some weed?
No, I didn't. I didn't even, I was a truck driver. I have 3 kids at the
So you
time.
couldn't, right?
You know what I'm saying? I was a family man. I was, the whole 9 yards. And smoking weed, I knew I could never return to truck driving.
Right.
Okay. And but he sat me down and he says, we don't have any other medications we can work with. We have to find something else. And he says, would you be opposed to some alternative stuff? I says, well, what are you talking about? Alternative stuff. Let's, sure. Okay. I got 3 kids out there I got to raise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he said, well, first we tried. He says, he looked into my heritage and saw I was an American Indian. He worked with me and helped me get set up with the shaman in Arizona, or not in Arizona, but Oklahoma, on one of the Cherokee reservations out there. And that's
lodges. And
right. He had me do a peyote ritual.
Right.
Don't tell me they were doing revolutionary work with peyote buds and marijuana.
No, there wasn't no marijuana. It was peyote bud and a ritual. And
yeah, the VA just supports Native American rituals. But
and the VA supports what they're told
a
to.
medical record of what you're doing.
the shaman said I was at stage I should be this and this, and he says you need to do this and this. So we've spent a full day going through all these different things I had to do and I had to know, and to prepare me for my quest on my vision quest for, and
Enlightenment.
say what?
Enlightenment.
Actually, it was more of to put me in touch with my guardian spirits.
Right. The VA hospital here actually has a sweat lodge and a teepee on the VA hospital property.
Right. But it was a sweat lodge. I was in it for 3 days.
Yeah.
I didn't even know 3 days had passed.
You're in bad shape.
Oh, no, it was an adventure, but it wasn't here.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been through it too, man. Maybe not as intense as you.
But I learned a lot of things.
And then where did the marijuana come in?
Well, I was okay for about the biorhythms were at least responding and they weren't getting worse.
And you smoked some pot during
after about 30 days. After about 30 days, I was moving back into danger territory, being exposed to my normal environment and all that, yada yada.
But I
And
mean, can I ask you, Wizard, during the Native American time, was that when you found out or were consumed some weed?
no, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I still hadn't messed, with weed at that point. But turn around. I mean, I had smoked it back in high school. I smoked it at parties.
Yeah,
It was like a beer. You go out, get a bag of dope. You get a case of beer, and you go have a party.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was what it was.
Where did you finally figure out that was going to be a good thing to smoke some weed?
Well, working with the doctor, after about 30 days, he says, we got something else here. Let's try it. Do you know anybody? He says, do you know anybody that where you might be able to get some marijuana? I was like, well, doc, half my family is bikers and shit. I got they're from the wrong side of the tracks. Most of my family is. He says, well, I want you to. He says, okay, I want you to go home and I want you to smoke 3 joints a day, one in the morning, afternoon, and one in the evening. I was like,
sorry, man, but that's just funny as shit.
I was like, holy shit, doc! I don't smoke 3 joints at a party by myself. I says, how about this? A third of the morning, a third of the afternoon, a third in the evening. He says, okay, do that. Let's send. So, and every couple of weeks, I'm coming in for the biorhythm feedback stuff and all that stuff. So, turn around, and after 2 months of that, things were looking really good, and I was really, because I was at that point, I was about 5 months away from my day of death. You know what I'm saying? They had given me 2 years to live, and at that point, I was right, and I was. I mean, dude, I was writing wills and all this shit, trying to make sure I could put things in place for my kids and stuff.
That's not funny anymore.
Right, dude. It's really serious. And I after about 2 months of that, I was about 4 months out, and the doc, I went in to see the doc and did the biorhythm thing. He says, you know what?
You're cured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, I says, what do you mean? I'm better. I'm going to be okay. He says, as long as you smoke that weed, you won't die. And I says, what if I stop? What if I can't get it? What if I can't do it? He says, well, you know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time and we can try this out. But if you were to stop, I figure you probably got about a week or 2 before you're right back into the same biorhythm trap that we were in before. And it was true. Ever since, he says, I says, well, what do I do for work, doc? And that's when I've gotten the best advice I've ever gotten in my life. And he says, find something you love to do, bud, and find a way to make money doing it.
If you do what you love, you never work a day in your life.
That's what he said.
Yep.
And that's what I did. So I went back to school to learn to do business so I could, I got my bachelor's degree in business administration so I could do whatever I wanted to do. And, found out I like computers a lot.
You like everything, man. I like gardening.
I like gardening too. Raising animals.
I love gardening.
Woodworking.
I would be so content working in a greenhouse, just growing anything useful to man. Oh, man.
Until they remove weed from the schedule of drugs, making it federally criminal. Until they remove that, the VA will never accept anything to do with marijuana.
It's coming. It's coming.
I think when Trump is reelected, that's on the next agenda.
He's already said that.
Yeah.
He's
What?
already got behind that.
Yeah, he's already said it.
He says next term it's legal.
Yeah.
Damn, how'd I miss something?
I don't know, but he's said it on several occasions.
Well, I'm already figuring, logically that's going to happen.
Now, he will be our president come February, okay?
Well, if you saw Trump's speech today, he said that if these accusations of fraud are right, Joe Biden cannot be president. He put his foot down. He said that he cannot be allowed to be president.
Right.
If this fraud is what it appears to be, it's right. And that's fucking awesome, dude. I've never seen anything like this in my whole life. I've lived half a century.
Yeah, this is exciting times, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
like I said, I didn't know exactly how it's going to happen, but I can tell you that.
And all these people that were talking about, well, Trump's never going to leave the White House. We're going to have to escort him out in handcuffs. And I'm like, well, yeah, you might have to do that.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, come and get it, bitch.
Yeah, come on and try it. Right.
Right. Go ahead and try that shit. Now, I told you, I don't know how it's going to happen, but Trump's going to be our next.
I filled my day today doing research, finding out how it could happen legally. And, I just found this one thing, and it really tripped me out. And as soon as I found it, just by searching, I was like, what in the hell? Why aren't we hearing about this shit on the news? Because as soon as you search this term, I'm going to post it in the room because I'll get it wrong again. But it was in 1887 in history, they took the Congress and they had to get a special committee composed of 15 people, and a few of them are Democrats, a few were Republicans, and a few were Supreme Court justices, but they were working outside of the Supreme Court justice realm, and they decided a fucking election. And it's still the fucking law.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
There's a whole process. There's a whole process about it, but yes.
But see, Trump today in his speech, he didn't mention this act, which is still in effect.
Right.
He mentioned that the Supreme Court, what did he say? I'm paraphrasing. He said, the fraud, and I won. And he goes, I hope the Supreme Court sees it. CEES. Like, I hope the Supreme Court sees the fraud. That's what he said. And that means he's basically petitioning, calling on the Supreme Court to make a decision about this thing. And I'm like, holy shit, that's historical, dude. Don't you realize how historical it is?
Yes.
I thought he was implying that he was hoping that they don't just turn a blind eye.
To even send it to the Supreme Court, for it to even get to the Supreme Court, Trump's already like 2 steps ahead.
Right.
Attention on deck. Colonel Shaw's in the house.
Colonel Shaw. Salute.
Colonel Shaw.
Bruce, do you have a link to the entire 45-minute speech?
All you have to do is go to Facebook, Donald J. Trump, his latest speech. It was today. It was 50
Right
minutes
Side
long.
Broadcasting will have it too.
Yeah, it's all
Right
over.
Side doesn't have it.
It's all over the place. I'm looking up something else.
Right Side's got it. I bet you they do. But, Colonel, I respect you all with all my heart, brother. But sometime you're going to have to say at ease.
I've been staying here a long time.
Oh, that's funny.
I keep saying, what? And I keep saying, I'm waiting for somebody. I keep waiting for
You
the
know, a little, at ease. I'll be in the area all day or some shit like that. You know, maybe
Yeah.
throw a guy a bone or something.
right.
Yo, Colonel Shaw. Our
Go easy
friend
on the troops,
from
kind of thing.
down under. All
Just
right,
say
so
it can go a long way.
here's what it's called, my friends. Here is the most amazing fucking article. It's from the constitutioncenter.org. It's not some stupid news website. I highly recommend you read it thoroughly and research this act, because this could be what decides who's the next president.
Become familiar with it, because there will be a test. And when the
There
insurgency
will be a
starts, you
test
will be
after.
required to vote this.
Yes, there will be a test later. It's the Electoral Count Act of 1817, and it's based on history. This shit has happened before.
Yep.
The Electoral Count Act of 1817. Sometimes I get lucky. It's hard to search for this shit and find something that's decent. But the Constitution.
Yeah, I heard the colonel kick somebody's ass, kick the troll's butt last night. I heard that from more than one location, but nice bringing that up, Club. Yeah, the colonel's a rock star when it comes to that shit. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, Bruce.
Don, you're cool, man. It's a free for all.
It just struck me. You know, basically 200 years ago.
Correct.
Imagine that.
Basically 200 years ago. Basically 200 years ago, our forefathers fought for something, and something.
Well, I remember the 200th anniversary, 1976.
We now have 18 watching. That is a lot. Wow. Yeah, you gotta love a taco. Kay!
Oh my God, it's Kay.
Toss her a link. Somebody give her a link.
There we go.
And bacon, hell yeah, and bacon.
And bacon. Now, have you seen the taco shell they make out of bacon?
No.
Yeah, I saw somebody make a taco shell out of bacon.
Oh my God. Oh, it's death by bacon.
I know.
I guess there might be another way to go, but
I'm looking at buying pigs, man.
You should.
Yep.
Should.
Yeah. We're gonna build a pig pen. We've already talked about it.
Speaking of sick Pat, is he had a little much too close to the neck of that bottle? Or can we shove some caffeine in him? And because there's the chat's calling out for sick Pat.
Yeah.
Somebody bumped that. Somebody kicked that sick Pat goat. And rattle his cage. Get him to drag his ass up here.
He was at Kay's chat about an hour ago. He's doing fine.
Captain D's still has their fish taco. They actually sell fish tacos.
All right, so please let me read 2 paragraphs from this article.
Yes, please.
We all need to focus on what's happening to our country. This is historical. The 1876 scenario. This is the act that I was telling you about. The 1876 scenario was unique in that the presidential election saw disputed groups of electors submitted by 4 states. Each of the states, Florida, Oregon, Louisiana, and South Carolina, sent 2 rival slates of electors to Congress to be counted. Since Congress was deadlocked on party lines, it negotiated a compromise solution, a special commission of 15 people to decide the election. The commission consisted of 5 Senate members, 5 House members, and 5 Supreme Court justices. In the end, it was the vote of the Supreme Court Justice Joseph Bradley that gave the election to the Republicans as a part of a compromise to end Reconstruction. In 1887, law changed how Congress can settle such a dispute without invoking a special commission, including Supreme Court justices in the process. The House and Senate would each serve as a referee, with the governor of the state in dispute as a tiebreaker if Congress can't agree on which slate of rival electors to choose. So that means one governor in this scenario, one governor in a disputed state in the United States could decide who's the next president of the United States. It's holy fucking shit. And the shit's so convoluted, man. I can barely understand it. But we need to understand this shit, my friends.
Did you know that they had? Did you know that they had canned survival bacon? Fool.
No, I did not know that.
Oh my God. I'm fucking flabbergasted at that. I don't know.
Say it again.
Canned survival bacon. And I'm sorry I'm slow to that, Tool, but I'm flabbergasted. I gotta get me some of that.
Oh, they got it in you can buy it in those foil packs too. It's already cooked. It's in the foil packs and for long store. What the hell is going on over there? You got like bongos or something?
Somebody tubing.
It's
Who,
because I
me?
had it on that table.
I was like, it sounded like somebody was playing the bongos really fast.
Sorry.
No, it might be a feedback loop or something like that, is what that normally makes that. But and I really want to bring this to everybody's attention. We really need to be thinking about this. Canned survival bacon.
Yep.
Who knew?
Oof.
Does it sound better?
It'll probably turn the steel can into titanium.
I'm telling you. I'm more along the lines of let's breed, let's create our food fresh.
Okay. All right. Bacon on the hoof.
That's right.
I'm good with that.
And don't forget about tree bacon.
Pork chops, sausage. Canoes was dishing up had some putting some sausage, taking the bacon off, putting some sausage on the grill earlier.
Right.
So yeah, I'm a fan.
Hey, don't forget about the tree bacon.
Tree bacon.
Yeah, squirrel.
I did not know that. That is cool.
That is cool. And it's true.
Tree bacon.
All right, my friends, there it is. What I'm talking about in the chat room in Sick Pets. Electoral Count Act of 1817. Don't go to Wikipedia. They're slanted left. Please read the link. Please, my friends.
Yeah.
So heavy
Worston
in my
Broge.
library.
Worston Brage. I can't even pronounce what the colonel's putting down. So when did your brain get psyop there, Club?
Hi, Kay.
Hello, Kay. How are you?
I'm all right. Can you hear it? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to reboot.
Oh, okay.
I can't hear Clay. Kay.
Kay.
Back to 2 shakes, folks.
All right.
Kay's breaking up a little bit.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's he'll be right back.
Okay. Sorry, everything got so heavy in my life earlier.
It didn't get heavy. You're good. You have to give deference to your sister. You have to.
Well,
You just do.
the
That's
worst part is in the past I have gotten her to actually like see the reasoning
she'll come
and
around.
the other side, but she doesn't have the influence of the rest of her family. Okay? So she's the sister that didn't grow up with the rest of us. Um, and she grew up as a city girl and just doesn't get it. She's very influenced by Albuquerque, and that's where she's lived her whole life. And most of it on the reservation over here. And she's just not there yet. But I think the idea that keeping her talking about it will eventually make her come around to the truth.
I tried, Kay. Sorry, I couldn't handle it anymore. Good luck.
Well, you have to remember she's 15,
I didn't
and
know how old she was.
Hold on. She's 15 and she just bought a new Mercedes.
yeah, she didn't buy it. Her gay brother
Daddy
bought it.
bought it.
No,
What?
no. Her gay brother, who was like, okay, so there's me, Canyon, Autumn, Meadow. That's the three of us that are full blood sisters, and then Emma is our half sister. Okay, and she was born to my ex stepmother, who is a Zuni Indian who lived in Albuquerque on the res, and so she has brothers that aren't my brothers. And one of them is gay. That the one that she lives with is gay and super rich and very liberal. So that is her influence. And I try to come up here and take her away from it as often as possible and get her into the country and get her fishing, get her camping, get her thinking.
Talking to people outside of her sphere.
Exactly.
Trying to get new ideas in her head. Yeah. I understand that. You're a good sister. Doing the right thing.
But she's huge and she can totally kick my ass. She's as tall as my dad.
Yeah,
But-
well, you know.
No, but she does listen, and the worst part is like she's very defensive because she wants to like put on a show. But like in a normal conversation, like last time I got her to come up and see me, I came to Albuquerque and I picked her up and brought her back to Pagosa, and I took her camping for a few days. And she had like changed her whole thing. She was all about this whole women's fucking feminist movement, and I got her off of that. Now apparently she's moved on to Black Lives Matter and whatever.
But you
else.
see, that's the thing. That's what keeps her. That's I don't know. That's the way the children today. That's the way they.
Well, the schools are pushing it. So her teachers, her coaches, and shit, like they're getting trucked into these events and shit. And, so her peer class is, she's in the city with a bunch of city slicker kids that don't know a damn thing about nothing except for
Daddy's new Mercedes.
Exactly. And see,
Gotcha.
my dad, if he was watching tonight, he would have damn near shit himself. Because that's my dad's daughter.
Damn near shit himself or completely shit himself.
Depends.
Oh, yeah, my dad would. Now, my dad is not as conservative as I am, but he don't buy into that shit.
So he would have tried to straighten her out a little bit worse than I did.
Um,
I tried to dumb it down. I'm sorry. It just kind of like I cut right to the chase. And well,
right.
actually, I'm
Well,
not sorry.
and I was actually, you know what? Honestly, Bruce, I was kind of glad you did that because it showed me that she had the restraint. Because I honestly expected after you did that, I expected her to go full fucking and go off.
Feminista,
Yeah, and
feminazi.
for her to actually sit there and still not freak out, it tells me that she does have a brain and she does have. There's hope for her yet.
Well, that's good. That's good.
And it achieves a certain level of maturity,
Exactly. Yeah.
which
And
also
the
advances the
willing to
cause
come
of.
in and have a conversation is
By the way, Kate, my last comment, I had clicked the mute button and it came through afterwards. So I apologize for my last comment.
no worries. That's okay.
I wasn't trying to be vulgar. I was trying to have an intelligent conversation.
I
I
intended
get,
the stream
yeah,
to be all fun,
I
love,
get
and
highly emotional, sometimes.
so. I mean, I didn't expect to have a heavy conversation like that. I kind of wanted to get my channel banned tonight. Damn it, having fun, but that's okay.
I think you did a wonderful job, Kay. Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah, you're doing good, Kay. Keep it up.
Thank you.
So yeah, we'll come up there and bang around a little bit, piss a
Yeah.
few people off,
I
have a
know
few
in this
laughs.
next week we'll get the channel banned again, and that's okay.
I'd love to help. I tell these guys all the time, I appreciate you guys just giving me the opportunity to talk to you. Because trust me, I'm like the ugly baby that needs the pork chop tied to his ankle so that the family dog will play with him. I'm not exactly Mr. Personality. I get that.
Well, and if you guys haven't figured out, like I like to listen and participate in conversations, but I'm not the best content creator, and I'm really bad at getting my point across. While I might have a whole lot of points I want to make and want to get to, I have the hardest time uh, voicing it. I'll say like that. I mean, I can't find the right words to voice a lot of the things that I want to say. And so, but I personally like originally when I started the Discord and everything, it was about I wanted people from both sides to like argue their points because if we're sitting in an echo chamber and everybody around us is repeating each other, nobody's learning anything. And we're not doing any damn good by only speaking with people that agree with us. And I feel like in a lot of what I've done, like with both my channel and the Discord, especially, like the Discord, I know for a fact people that were full blown liberals that had came into the channel as liberal or to the Discord as liberals are now patriots, and it's because
What do you see out?
took the time to conversate with them and to also listen to them, like not just tell them why they're wrong, but to give them like make them feel like they were heard too. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
that's what I did tonight, Kay.
huh?
That's what I did tonight. I told Emma that, if you keep just chanting my body, my choice over and over again, a simple 4-word phrase, you totally devoid of logic and reason and critical thinking. And basically, it's been done for 20,000 years. It's a spiritual ritual to chant short phrases like that, and you're actually opening your mind up to demonic possession. And that's just a fact.
Well, and I don't know if you caught. I don't know how much you stayed after that, Bruce. But I asked her
That's what I
why
said.
she. I asked her why she supported what she did, and I told her, "Don't give me a bumper sticker answer." And she had to sit there and think, and she was trying to, and then she got to the point where she said, "Oh, that up to a certain point." And check it out. At that age, I wouldn't have even. I was like a full fucking left hard idiot at that age. Okay. And it just took the right person to say the right things.
Yeah, you never know. I hope I made her think a little bit. That's all. If I didn't care about the woman, I would not have said anything. I would have just left. That shows that I care, that I actually tried to break through that indoctrination type, you know? Oh, yeah. You want to know how I don't care? You won't see me anymore. I'll just be gone. You won't hear me or see me. I'll just be
Oh
gone.
yeah. I don't really necessarily know. I mean that might be your tactic. So for me, I'm one of those people that are like, okay, people want to come. Okay, there's some people that
But
throughout,
my heart goes out to Emma. It does a little bit.
she'll get there. She'll get there.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of being able to have the conversation. And if the only side that she's getting the love from is the people that are on her side, then she's never gonna seek out anything else.
Oh, love. Well, is it love when you tell your child that you can't run out into the street after the ball?
No, but do
Yes, it
you
is love.
none okay,
Because
no no
you're
no
about
no no
to be
no,
hit
I'm
by a
sorry,
car and killed.
that's not what I meant to say. Jesus.
Love
But like
sometimes
I'm saying
means
is
having
like,
to say no.
okay, just telling your kid don't run into the street doesn't keep your kid from running into the street, right?
Yeah, it took
Don't
my
touch the
parents to
hot
explain to
stove.
me. They were like, "Well, do you see that dog that just got run
Eventually,
over?" Well, that dog that's
somebody,
laying on the
eventually
road.
somebody at one of these protests that's on her side is gonna do something that she doesn't agree with, and she's gonna probably turn to me to tell me about
Right.
it,
Well,
right?
hey, it took my parents having to explain to me that, well, if you run out into the road, you see that dead dog that got hit by a car last week, his dead stinking carcass is still on the street. And I go, oh, that shit could happen to me too. Because see, I'm a logically brained guy. I have to know why. When someone tells me do this or don't do that, I need to know the reason why. I need to know the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
So yes, right. It didn't just mean that my
So Wiz
parents
just
told me
said,
don't
I
do
heard
that.
you say hot
What happened
stove.
to Don? What happened to Don?
I don't know. Don, get back in here. I'll stop with my stupidity.
Love sometimes means having to say no. That's my point.
Okay, but at the same time, okay, I heard Wiz say hot stove, right? How many fucking times did my mom say, don't touch that, it's hot, don't touch that, it's hot? It wasn't until my dumb ass touched that fucking hot stove that I was like, oh shit, mom was right.
It doesn't always have to be the case. There's a difference between empirical wisdom and meta-empirical wisdom.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. She's
Empirical
gonna
wisdom is
learn
what
by
you
going
learn
to protests
by
where
experience.
the hate is, where the love is. And she's gonna realize eventually, because she's not a stupid girl by any means. She's a very fucking smart girl. And at that age, I can say that one day she could be more patriotic than I am, because at that age I was a fucking dumbass and I was stubborn as hell, and there was no way in hell I would have came into the room like she came in to the room tonight.
Yeah, right. But you see what
So
I'm saying? There are two types of wisdom in this world, Kay. There's wisdom that you learn by the experiences of others, and there's the experience of yourself when you touch the hot stove. You don't have to do everything yourself. You can see the dead dog laying in the road that got hit by the car and go, damn, my parents are right. It's probably not good for me to run after the ball in the fucking road. You don't have to get hit by a car. You copy?
or there's that few times that you accidentally step out and you almost get hit by a car. Or
Right.
whatever it might be.
That happened to me.
Exactly. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. There's, for me, like, I'm not gonna sit there and like scream and shout at her. Which, trust me, I wanted to fucking wring the little girl's neck.
Yeah, I heard that part.
But it's like, what is that gonna do except for push her more to them and to that opinion?
Yeah, you have to show compassion and empathy at some level when you're trying to influence somebody, right?
Yeah. Well, my biggest thing is let them feel like they're at least getting the chance to argue their point, and then let them feel stupid for not being able to argue their point.
Yeah, I let her. She said, "My body, my choice." That was her
Yeah, but
argument.
I told people after that,
And
though,
then I,
I
with logic
more
and science and reason, with logic and science and reason and spirituality, 4 different aspects, shot it all down, and then she was wanting to continue with that, and I was like, nah, "I'm out of here." See you in about 3 years. It's like Michael Savage once said, if you're not a liberal before the age of 21, you're a dumbass. If you're not a conservative after the age 21.
Did you catch the John Wayne video that I played earlier before she came in?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember what he was talking about, how he listens to everybody else and he gives them a chance to explain. I mean, I guess that's my like philosophy on life, really. Where are you going, Bill?
Anunnaki says, how you doing, Bruce?
Hi, Anunnaki.
I scared everybody off. I'll stop.
It's just a difficult subject.
It is.
I get highly emotional.
Dream well, Patriot. See you later, Bill.
Good night, Bill.
I think I handled myself pretty well, considering I could have used vulgarities and all kinds of insults. But I mean,
Did Don get upset?
No, I got upset.
No, I mean here.
Oh, I get triggered all the time. You know.
Wait, did somebody get upset in the chat?
But then I checked myself out, Wizard. This was earlier. With me.
Oh no, I'm saying
checked myself out. I was like, okay, I'm out of here. I can't deal with this.
No, I mean when he left, when he did he just fall out or did he leave or?
I don't know.
Oh no, he said be right back.
Oh, okay.
I missed it, man. I have no idea why he's out of the chat.
Hey, Kim.
Hi, Kim.
Pat's out.
Oh. Ow.
So, Wizard.
Got it, bud. Yeah.
What's the winter snow situation looking like? You gonna be able to get in and out of there if it dumps heavy snow and all that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't have no problem getting out of here.
Getting supplies in.
Right. We're good.
Uh-oh. Sounds like you're eating pie.
Not yet. But I did get me some peanut M&Ms.
Dude, you got supplies. I can tell.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good with that. I mean, if it gets really bad, I've got a gravel road that goes out to a main highway. Um, so I'm
Got a truck with a snowplow on the front end,
no, we don't generally get that kind of snow.
right? I'm just asking if.
But I do have my I have a Chevy Equinox. It does pretty good.
Oh yeah, it'll tromp through the snow.
Yeah.
I'm predicting it's going to get pretty bad here, man. We've already had 18 inches twice before November. Right now, everything's clear and just freezing. But when you have a spring that starts out like that, shit.
So I had to take a pee, and then I had to let the dogs out, and then I had to freshen a drink.
Right.
So I mean, it's chat maintenance shit. That's all it is.
You are.
You got to spin out for 5 minutes. Let the fans adore you a little bit. Where'd he go? Where'd Don go? Where's Don at? Oh my God!
I was like, did he get pissed or something? I was only Randy.
See, that's the thing. Everybody spins off. They're doing like, well, what happened? What happened? What happened? Oh my God!
All right,
And
we're
I
going
just,
to bed.
I was like, hey, hold on, time out. I'm just going to take 5 minutes to go take a pee. But you didn't really need to hear that part.
I was asking him, what happened with Don? But yeah, I had to mute out for a minute because Granny was grabbing his stuff together and heading back to his camp.
You got to do your thing, baby. The chat is the chat. I get that, but the chat is interesting not only for the commentary and the discussions we can have, but it's also interesting to see how others engage and interact in their lives. It's fun. I get to learn how actual people do actual shit.
Right.
Well, it beats watching fake people do fake shit, which, trust me, I can turn the fucking CNN on and I can get all that I need.
Right. Hey, did you see all those rabbit cages I built?
I did not, but I did see the dice you drilled there. Those look nice.
Oh yeah. Let's see if there's.
So, Kay, confirm what I'm thinking here. You're in the back of a truck. You're in the sleeper portion of a big semi.
Sure am.
And Dark Side is driving said semi.
Yes.
Hells to the yeah. Okay.
He's
Very
watching
nice.
the Bluetooth in his ear.
What the fuck? Wow.
That's cool as shit.
There's the toilet.
You talking about this?
Okay, where are you going?
Texas. And then Florida.
Yeah. I only have the 6 and the 1 done. But I just was testing out the holes and see how they would work.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But I got 3 sets of 5 already cut up. And I was finishing this one out first, and then I'll finish up the other 2 sets. And I'll get them all finished up and add them to.
What is Zoom saying? Somebody cut their arm.
Who what?
Zoom keeps saying, and Zachary is Zoom. And he keeps saying, I see someone all cut their arm.
Well, Zach takes a while to translate. He has a trouble.
No, he said it somewhere, and he said it several times. I'm just trying to understand what people are saying.
I think he just went through a lot with. He went to the hospital. He was having some really bad symptoms of sickness, and he just got home, and that's the best I can translate.
Oh, you saw somebody at the hospital who cut themselves?
Okay. I'm just curious. I love my Zoom, my buddy. So I was trying to understand what he was saying.
Zach is top shelf people. He's
Yeah,
he's on my A list. He's my him and me are like this.
Right.
I love him. He's awesome.
Yeah, you got to take your time and just translate Zach. Don't expect to get it from one post.
Hey, and I'm especially partial to Zoom because he shares my son's name.
Oh, cool.
All right, well, I'm going to take a pee too. I hope y'all don't miss me too much.
Desperately, we will miss you. we will wait with bated breath.
Anunnaki, what you doing? Why don't you come up and
I like Anunnaki's outlook, though. He's like he's jonesing for Jan 20.
he's a trip. I came across the Anunnaki. A Joker introduced me to Anunnaki. And he's quite the character.
Oh, are you talking about this?
So good with Anunnaki?
It's a dice. I make these dice. I got a bunch of 4x4s that sitting around, just pieces and parts, leftovers from projects, and I cut them into cubes. And I developed a die so I can mark the dots where the dots need to go. And it's just a little square right here, just a little square. It's got the holes in it, just like that. And I can get all 6 sides of the dies marked out with this one little pad.
20 people watching, boys and girls. That means that there's a shit ton of lurkers out there.
Yeah, I know, right?
So let's get all those lurkers to hit the big old up thumb there.
Yeah, please hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe.
Wiz, have you ever spoken with Anunnaki?
Yeah, he's been on screen.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Don, I got a serious question for you, sir.
I got a serious answer for you. Let's see if they match.
All right, so detail to me what you think will happen. We've only got 12 days before the Electoral College meets.
All right.
What do you foresee happening?
Do you want to hear the actual what I want to hear, what I think, or do you want to hear the lie that I'm currently telling everybody, including myself?
No, I ask you for your honest opinion, sir.
My honest opinion, Joe Biden will probably be our president on January 21. He'll be sworn in. He will be sworn into the Oval Office. And if Trump's smart, he'll part ways smartly, and he will. And Trump will run again in 2024, and he'll win. But for the next 4 years, we're going to have to minimize Joe Biden's damage on Trump's legacy. And we should be able to do that with Mitch in the Senate.
Yeah, he's a lame duck president if he gets in.
He is. But my opinion is they're not going to have enough juice, evidence, political clout, call it whatever you want, enough juice to change enough stuff to make it different. Does that make sense? Because frankly, and you can look at the same path that I am. Look at the same path, and I study risk for a living.
Unless there's that miracle.
There's always the miracle, baby, and that's you never discount that. So I'm not going to say never. But if you want my calculated what I think is going to happen, this is what I think is going to happen. It's just my opinion.
Yeah, that's the logical thing. Trump's going for a long shot. He's going for the Hail Mary.
And personally, on my personal level, I'm
hopeful.
He's going to pull it out only because of a couple things. I think he's going to pull it out because it's in prophecy that way that he does. And I believe that the ones that I heard those prophecies from were from God. These were words from God. So I believe, because they've been right all the way up till now.
Wait,
100%.
which prophecy?
Well, let me add to my position here. I'm still sending the boy money.
Right.
Okay? Even after November 4th. I'm still sending him money because I'm I'm that hopeful that he wins. I am.
Right. And hope is a good thing.
Hope is a great thing, and I got a shit ton of it.
Some child was in the Alex Jones chat today arguing with me that hope is just kind of like worthless. I'm like, no. President
That's why
Trump
he's a
said,
child.
I hope the Supreme Court will see that there is fraud in this election. And he goes, oh, hope's a red flag. I'm like, no, hope is what you do for the future that is unpredictable. Well, except for prophecy, like Wizard says. Otherwise,
A pedophile cheated you out of the president of the free world? No, I wouldn't be able to do
that the fucking Supreme Court will rule in my favor? No, because then he would say I have control over the Supreme Court. So sometimes that's all you have is hope, and hope is a good thing. It means you're wishing the best outcome for the unpredictable future, except for prophecy. Now, Wizard, I want to hear what you were saying about.
But the key there is a preponderance of the evidence.
Of course, you got to have logic and reason and all that.
So, so I'm still hopeful, but I'm planning on worst case scenario.
The prophet.
Tell me about the prophecy.
Well,
I'm sorry. I'll shut up.
Oh no. The Kim Clement.
I've heard of him. Yep.
Okay. Now Trey Smith does a lot of work. It's revealing his prophecies and stuff like that. On YouTube.
Yeah, but Kim Clement's just one man on YouTube.
It only takes one, but I have seen others. Mark Taylor is one.
Yeah, him too. Yeah, I've watched them all. Young men will dream dreams, and old men will see visions.
Yep. And I've seen some things myself.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but inquiring minds want to know.
Well, there you have it, brother. And
I
believe in God wholeheartedly. Let me tell you something. It is by God's great grace that I am even alive and here.
Yeah, same here, brother. Same here.
There's no question in my faith. So as far as I'm concerned, this is just all a matter of details. Whatever happens, but I know Trump's going to be our president come February.
Well, he said today that if this fraud is right, Joe Biden cannot be president. He put his fucking foot down.
Cannot stand.
He said, we will not allow this shit. He said Joe Biden cannot be president. Quote,
cannot be allowed to be president. Yeah, because he will destroy this nation. It won't take a couple years.
He said, if this fraud is right, which we all know it's right, he said, Joe Biden cannot be president. Watch the video.
Well, I'm going to be brutally honest with everybody involved here, and that is that Mr. Trump, President Trump currently, and former President Trump in the not too distant future, hopefully not, but a possibility nonetheless. That said, he will still be my president. He's the only fucking political figure I have had any kind of goddamn inkling of having any desire to assist or listen to for the last 50 years. Well, maybe not 50 years, 40 years maybe.
42. Right.
But the Bushes did nothing to excite. Trust me, Romney and Mitch are not making it for me. Okay, no. Romney sucks balls, and if Mitch just does what Mitch does, I'll be happy.
W. Bush, he set my balls on fire. I thought he was a great president.
I never liked him. He was the first Bush was a CIA lackey. Quite honestly, he made his bones in the CIA.
I just started watching politics after 9/11. Okay, Don, that's when I started to wake up. So you got a lot of years on me.
Well, you got to realize where all these guys come from. You know, the first Bush came from the CIA. He came up fucking.
Yeah, I know all that now, but I did not know that.
But his son was just he was another Hunter Biden, if you ask me. He was a coke snorting fucking. He was a coke snorting National Guard pilot who didn't want to get fucking shoved up to the front lines, and so He
I
got
just
a National
admired him for
Guard
what he
posting.
did as a response to 9/11.
Cocksucking piece of shit. Not that I'm not bitter, but
I know. I learned a lot in the past 20 years, man.
so those two weren't doing it for me. And of course the Romneys, I'm Jesus. Will someone please shoot him and put him out of our misery? That's all I can say about Romney. Trump is the only thing that I have had even remotely interested in fucking getting behind for the last 50 years, 40 years. To wit, I'm still sending the guy money after the fucking election. Why? He's going to have a bill, and I'd like to see him get through this fucking court thing all the way up through the Supreme Court. Why? Because our elections are fraught with fucking fraud, quite honestly. Too many motherfuckers that are non-citizens already vote. Too many dead people already vote. Too many fucking votes are bought in cities like Chicago and New York and fucking Philly. Oh, Jesus, Philly.
Chicago,
Michigan, Georgia. Yeah. It's obvious.
Well, now it's those, yes. But my point here is real simple. Trump now and Trump in the future. Even if Trump is not President Trump, still Trump in the future.
Yeah.
So when his 2024
big chance of winning in 2020. Actually,
dude, when his 2024 thing goes live, I got $100 bill for it immediately.
Yeah.
And many hundreds after that.
If he's not president in 2020, he will be president in 2024.
Yes.
Because
so I'm just saying,
it was all about how we've got to stop this fraudulent voting system. He was about the Dominion system. They're counting votes in another country.
Odds on Trump pulls it out,
which is fucking treason. You know, it's fucking treason for our votes to be counted in another country. Germany, the Dominion servers were in Germany. Oh man, it's just so much.
Abenaki says that she's not even good breeding stock. I don't know. She's not.
Hey, Don.
Yes, sir.
What are the odds that Trump stays president?
That's what I was asking.
Dude, I got to be honest with you, and I'll tell you like I tell him.
No. I'm talking about. You said you view the boards.
Zero.
I view the boards.
Yeah, the betting
zero chance.
Stuff.
President.
You follow the bet.
I don't know. I don't know what the over and under is on Trump making the fucking grade. I could probably find that out in 2 shakes. Stand by.
Find that out and put $100 on for me. I'm good for it.
Okay. Let's see. What's that called in Google land? Trump over and under. Trump Vegas odds.
Dallas says there is no 2024 election if this election isn't corrected.
Correct.
You have a good point, Dallas.
In this country.
Because there might be a revolutionary war. There's 80 million pissed off motherfuckers right now that voted for Trump.
There's a song. I want to play you guys a song. I'm going to look it up and I'm going to play it.
All right. Thanks for the conversation, guys.
Hold on a second.
What do you think? You're leaving or something?
No. I'm just saying thank you. I can say thank you anytime.
Don T. Merriam in 2044. I would run with Merriam. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I would do that.
There's supposed to be a big march on DC on, what is it, December 14th or 12th? Alex Jones says he's going.
Okay, the odds are already there is no odds. There's no
Yeah, it's zero. They're saying, like you said,
zero. Yeah, it's already spun to zero. Biden's already won it, so
there's no odds on pulling it out, huh?
There's no place to put my 100 or your 100 either.
Oh man.
I would drop 2 bills on that. Well, I mean, because the odds are fucking astronomical.
The deep state's still in charge. We saw that when Bill Barr came out the other day and said, we haven't seen enough evidence that would sway the election.
Check this out.
You know,
I don't know if you've seen this before, Don, but this is awesome.
Politician, I got some news for you. If you wanna come try to take my gun, son, you better be bulletproof. Don't try to tell my children when and where to pray. No, we ain't that far gone. We're still standing on land of the free and the home of the brave. No, I'm not your normal political society. This is coming from real America's son and pissed off rednecks like me. You don't know I won't push one for English. Just as soon hang up the phone. If you want to serve in the Muslim church, go and take your ass back home. Get up and go to work if you're able. Instead of living off our dime, just give me a handout generation. Lead this country right. I think it's time that we change some policy. This is coming from real America's son and pissed off rednecks like me. As for most of us that still in God we trust here on this solid ground. Get up and give thanks in the morning, and we work till the sun goes down. Things have got to change, we can't sit back idly. This is coming from real America's son and pissed off rednecks like me. Folks say can't afford medication. Damn Obamacare's a joke. If it helps you with your sickness, I say fire it up and take a toll. They need to lock down all the borders, throw away the key, and let's help our own right here at home instead of sending it overseas. Right now, raise your glass if you agree. This is coming from real America's son and pissed off rednecks like me.
And that's what I wanted you guys to hear. You ever heard that before, Don?
I have not. No, sir.
He's got a studio version of it now, but that was, dude.
It's funny how YouTube would not let my link underline.
Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised at any of it, man.
That's a great song. Yeah, I hear you, man. There's 80 million people voted for Trump, so you know. Then there's that. I mean, we're kind of looking at a Revolutionary War. I think.
Yeah.
Trump could either declare martial law through the Insurrection Act, or the Insurrection Act without martial law, or invoke all kinds of national emergency laws, such as what I talked about earlier. And anything could fucking happen. Have you heard about this thing? December 14th is when the Electoral College meets. And it's supposed to be a big march on Washington, D.C. Alex Jones is going to it.
No, I hadn't heard anything about it.
Yeah, Alex Jones is going to it.
In D.C.? When?
Yeah, he's December 14th is the day that the Electoral College. Yeah. So it's supposed to be a whole lot of pissed off fucking rednecks going up to D.C. Anything could happen.
Well, there is a whole lot of pissed off rednecks, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm one of them.
So am I.
He's got another one. Burn my flag gives me the right to kick your ass.
Colonel says the whole planet is going to reset. Brace yourself.
Well,
yeah. Then we've got this giant, like never happened in how many years? Fucking Venus, the sun, and everything's going to line up on December 20th, and all kinds of fucking.
And Jupiter aligns with Mars. Oh, let me show you my. Hold on. Let me show you my
of Aquarius.
My Aquarius thing. And Jupiter aligns with Mars, and peace will guide the planet. Yeah, no, horseshit.
Peace through power.
Resist, you fucking pussies. Man up. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be serious. December 14th in
And
DC.
for all you girls out there, resist them. Resist. Girl up. Right?
Yeah, girl up. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
I like the term gear up. Just fucking grab your shit and let's go.
Right.
What did the Duke say? Courage is being scared to death and mounting up or saddling up anyway.
That's right. Fear is good. Fear is self-preservation.
Yes, it is.
Given us by God. Courage is when you evaluate that fear and say, fuck it, I'm going to kick some ass anyway.
Yes, he does, Thule. He's most of his shit is right on money, man. Good stuff.
Yeah, December 14th, there's going to be a big old rally in Washington, D.C. I just barely heard about it today, but you guys, I'm sure
it's on the 12th.
12th. Okay, that's what I was asking, the 12th through the 14th. See, the 14th is the last day for the Electoral College to meet.
They're going to start it on the 12th, and they'll probably take it to the 14th.
Right.
But, yeah, that one there. And
Alex Jones says he's going to be there. He said it today live on the air. I was watching the show.
And you won't believe the numbers of people that are going to be in Washington, D.C. for Inauguration Day.
Oh, man. That's where the shit could hit the fan, too.
If it gets that far.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I'm really worried for my country, Wizard.
No.
I've never been worried before. I know worry is the opposite of faith.
And all that. It really shouldn't be. This too shall pass.
Yes, it will.
I'm not kidding you. This will be fucking, before you even look up, this will be over and we will have moved on.
You know, pass like
we'll be talking about what kind of a dickhead Joe Biden really was.
It'll pass like a kidney stone.
Well, I didn't say it was going to be painless, but you know,
no, it's not going to be painless.
But it's going to pass. I can assure you of that. And the sun will rise tomorrow.
And I tell you what, yeah, Trump is going to be our president, but there's going to be a lot of people die.
Yeah, I'm expecting it.
I mean it. I'm telling you, just brace yourself. You know, they say brace yourself.
Advised.
Just be aware.
Here it comes.
There's blood.
Say, here comes the boom.
Blood will be spilled.
There's already people dying. Trump
Well,
actually spelled out in his speech today, Wizard. In case you haven't watched it, I'll paraphrase for you. He said that this fraud was all planned, and they used. Trump actually said it straight out. He said they used this COVID-19 epidemic to get mail-in ballots pushed through.
Yeah.
There's already people dead, dude. How many? 300,000 people have died supposedly from the COVID-19. I mean, that's a whole nother can of worms. But there's already people dying. To give the Democrats this tyrannical power to change mail-in voting regulations in different states and hundreds of thousands of.
Well, it wasn't just Democrats; it was state-level Republicans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
also.
There's the rhinos too.
Okay,
Right.
and so it was not just they couldn't just get this through just by Democrats trying to shove it down Republicans' ass.
Right.
They had to
couldn't
get Republicans on board. A certain segment of Republicans on board to give it credence and legitimacy.
Right.
I know that sounds kind of stupid, but
The
No,
deep state
no.
didn't just hit the federal level; it was in the state levels too.
yeah,
That's what he
where fucking Looney Tunes New York mayor, what's his name? It's about to get an Emmy for being fucking mentally ill.
Right, John. I understand the dichotomy thing, but I still disagree with the people that say, oh, there's no difference between Democrats and Republicans.
Well,
No,
that's
there
a little bullshit. Who told you that?
I can't.
Democrat.
I can't disclose.
It had to
that.
be a fucking Democrat. As a matter of fact, a bad Democrat too, probably.
I was working with Stuart Rhodes and all those guys.
Okay, I don't know Mr. Rhodes, but
He's the founder of Oath Keepers.
okay.
So, it was one of his team. I was probably talking to a CIA agent at the time. They're so infiltrated.
Probably.
I had to leave. I had to leave the fucking group. I was like, nah, I can't handle this shit anymore.
I'm an undercover agent for the FBI, and I've been sent here to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan.
What
That's
song
a
is
song. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't listen to me. He voted for George McGovern.
Exactly. He's a Democrat.
Arlo Guthrie, Alice's Restaurant.
That's so funny.
No, this is
No?
But I do remember kicked old green teeth right in the knee. No, this was let me find it. Hold on.
Jerry Reed. Was that a Jerry Reed song?
Yeah.
They were running through the parking lot like the feet were on fire and their ashes was catching. Yeah, I love that song.
But that's the simpleton's explanation. If I'm not talking about you, Don, but they just go, oh, there's no difference between the Democrats and the Republicans. Now, that might have been true 8 years ago, but now it's obvious. The Democrats are all in for Marxism. They're all in for destruction of America as a constitutional republic. And if you don't see that, but yes, there are some Republicans that.
Everybody's saying Charlie Daniels, Don.
There's some Republicans.
Uneasy Rider
both
by
ways.
Charlie Daniels, yes. You may not know it, but this man's a spy. He's an undercover agent for the FBI.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
He's been sent here to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan.
Oh, Chris Copan got it. Good to see you, Chris Copan.
Yeah.
Dang. But I agree with you, Don. There are fucking rhinos, there are turncoats, there are wolves in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's where the Never Trumpers came from, because they know they're all complicit.
Yeah, that's that fucking. I don't know why the people in Utah even put up with that shameless hussy piece of shit.
The magic diaper.
Is that that fucking that? Oh Jesus, I hate Romney.
Yeah.
He just makes me ill to my stomach.
Oh yeah, me too.
And
man.
you know what? He's a major investor in
Dominion.
Yes.
No. What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
got a
yeah.
major investment in Dominion. He's bought in too. That I'm telling you, these
He's in up
bastards.
to his fucking. Yeah. He's in up to his eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I surprised?
It's gonna catch a couple other people you ain't prepared for them to go either.
Arizona in lockdown, paid people can't leave their home. See, that's just horseshit. And any kind of fucking story that tells you can't leave your home is just a lie. And I want to go on record as saying that right now. Because there's nobody, I don't give a fuck who they are, that says you cannot leave your home. Because that's just a lie.
I play devil's advocate.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'm looking it up on my computer right now. Quarantines are legal in the United States
Yes.
under certain circumstances.
Yes.
So, I mean,
So, what are those circumstances? Read that. See, stop doing that whole. I'm reading 2 lines into this, and I'm going to make fucking policy on it. No.
yeah, right. It's an old bullshit.
Yeah, we have to pass the bill to find out what's in it. I was like, "Are you fucking serious?"
And the thing is, I remember a fucking. She actually said that.
Yeah.
Just oh my god. Sorry, I'm shaking my head.
Yeah. Yeah. That they would vote on something they don't even know what's in it.
I've got so many documents on my computer, man. It's going to take me a while to find it, but there is an act in U.S. law that under quarantine for a severe ailment.
Rock on, Chris. Yep.
Okay, and
like
so
I knew this guy.
Read the law. Listen, the law says that your representatives will represent you in this and vote accordingly, and that it doesn't say that the state can unilaterally lock you in your home and forbade you to leave.
Right.
It just does not say that.
Right. It says that if you were found to be infected, then you should.
Bingo.
Yes.
So there are a whole fucking shit ton of governance gates that has to be crossed before you can say, okay, you got to get locked down.
I knew this guy that got 3 positive tests for tuberculosis in 2005 in Tennessee, and he was homeless. He wasn't like a close friend. He was like some guy I knew because I've been homeless for. But anyway, the county quarantined him and ordered him to live in this low, income apartment complex, which is basically, just a bunch of meth heads, coke heads and shit. And I had to go visit him and bring him his food and shit for like a month until they finally got another test that said he was negative. So it was all bullshit the whole time. So it does happen. And they were like, these guys I went with, they were like, well, what if this guy just decides to walk out of here one day? They'd be like, well, if he gets picked up on the street, he'll be arrested.
For what?
Violating county quarantine order.
Horseshit.
A personal for him directly, not for the county, but because the county health department, because he had those positive tuberculosis tests. I'm just telling you my personal experience. All right.
Okay.
It is bullshit, but I've seen it happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and the worst problem with that is this, that 90% of the people in the United States will take what is told to them at face value and comply.
Yeah, that's what he did. He didn't argue or anything.
That again turns my stomach.
Yeah, he didn't argue about false negatives, false positives.
Oh my God, I'd be so far up somebody's ass it would make their fucking grandkids squirt green.
Well, he was okay because he got 3 hots in a cot and he was off the streets for a month.
Yeah, I guess if that's your goal.
That wasn't his goal. That's just what happened.
Become a pincushion subject. Yeah.
I just can't see it. Not in this country. It's not going to happen. Not as long as I'm breathing air.
It's highly controversial.
No, it's not. It's fucking illegal. Nobody can tell you. Hey, listen, even a court of law, well, the worst they can do is give you a fucking. They have to convict you of a crime before they can incarcerate you. Do you understand?
I understand.
So
what
any
you're
kind
saying.
of inclination towards the fact that, oh, we can just quarantine you and lock you in your house, horseshit.
Yeah.
Horse fucking shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the document. I'll show you. I feel you, brother. Believe me. But we have to deal with the law. Unless we
It's
just
not the
told.
law.
It's
All right.
what he's saying. It's not the law. They
Yeah.
don't. They never went through the
Fucking
legislature.
Christ, there's no law that said.
Yeah, it doesn't go through the law. It never went through the legislature. It never went through the Senate. It's
Yeah, there's all that shit too. I don't fucking know. It's just some shit I found on the internet.
and that goes for the state level too. These things are being mandated by their governors, and they're just mandates by the governor. They're not enforceable laws. They're not even codes. It's not even a legitimate. It's an unlawful order, is what it is.
That's exactly what it is. It's an infringement on my First Amendment right to travel, to associate, to do a myriad of different things. For instance, did you see where the Supreme Court of the United States, recently held that New York and pretty much nobody else, but New York can't put a fucking limitation on religious gatherings. You just can't do it.
No.
Okay? The First Amendment guarantees that you can't do that. And so anybody that thinks that they're going to tell me that I can't go to church or I can't worship my God however I see fit is lying piece of shit. And I'm calling out. Oh, well, that's the law. No, it isn't. No, it's not.
Well, that's really
It's just
strange.
a lie.
Yeah.
I can't find this U.S. code about quarantines.
Well, look up the First Amendment and the portion
Yeah, I don't need to.
about
Yeah,
freedom of religion.
I really
Shall
don't think
make no.
he's
Shall
quite
make
familiar
no
with
law forbidding.
Hey, I can always be wrong, dudes. All right. So, but I found this shit a long time ago that the government can quarantine people.
There is a thing of such a thing called quarantine, and there is such a thing as legal quarantine. A judge can take into consideration various and sundry things and issue a legal edict, but it is subject to review. It is limited in its time frame or its scope.
Right.
But do you think or say anything about that before you start spewing all that other horse shit?
No, because we know this shit. Most of the regulations and laws are all horseshit, man. I agree with you, Don. It's old. It's unconstitutional. You're absolutely right. I'm just saying, somewhere
I don't worry
along
about it.
the
I don't
line-
even listen to that. It's like
Yeah,
it's like duck in water kind of thing, you know?
yeah. I feel
It's
you.
all that horse shit that keeps falling
Yeah,
down on me, the duck, and I just kind of let it roll off
Yeah, I know.
because I know it's horse shit. I know it's, and I like the word horse shit. I like the phrase horse shit, by the way. My daddy used to say horse shit. So you're going to hear me say a lot of horse shit.
I just playing devil's advocate, my friend. We're still brothers, all right?
We're good. You and me are good. I got no problem with that.
I'm just trying to research the law.
Well, here's what I have a problem with. People coming up here and saying, oh, it's on the internet, so it must be true. Or I read this, and there's this long dissertation about the subject he's talking about, and he reads 2 lines into it and makes himself a fucking expert on it.
Yeah, that's a big difference.
I just want to reach through the goddamn phone sometimes and grab people by their throat when they do that shit.
Nope. Not saying that, my friend.
So, anyway, All I want is freedom to do that so much. Is that so much to ask? No, it's not. It's not. There are various and sundry documents throughout man's history that have afforded us various levels of freedom, starting with the Magna Carta and other things, and including the Constitution of the United States. So there's a lot of precedents to back us up, to give us the freedoms that we so desire, and that was originally given to us by our forefathers.
And see, them making these restrictions, especially for the religious stuff, okay, right there in the words of the First Amendment, the section about the freedom of religion, states that thou shalt make no law forbidding or restricting the practice.
Exactly. That's why that's why all those guys left England in the first fucking place.
Yep.
They couldn't worship their God the way they wanted to. They were all edicted by the Church of England or the Catholics or whatever the fuck it was. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read the chat. Whatever the fuck it was, to say how they had to do their thing. And our guys were like, no, I don't think so. We're out. We'll go over here and try this. And they did. And here we are. And the number one thing in the thing they wrote called the Constitution, the number one fucking thing. What do you think they said? You can worship whoever you want to. Whoever you want. However you want to do it, you do it. That's good for us. We like that. Mm-hmm. That's called freedom. Choice. If I want to raise my one kid as a fucking Hindu and another kid as a Buddhist and a third kid as a Baptist, and me myself be a practicing Muslim, then you know what? We can do all of that. I mean, I don't ever see that happening, but it'd be legal. But that said,
by the people, for the people.
Correct. That said, all this horse shit about LA is going to tell you that you can't worship. I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
That's called covering your spread.
Yes, it is. So anyway, I just know I don't even listen. That kind of shit does not even register with me. It just doesn't. So I don't. So what do you think about this? I don't. I don't concern myself with it. Why? Because it's illegal. It's crap. It's just somebody up there running their mouth.
If it's opposed to the United States Constitution, it's not a law. It's illegal.
Exactly.
It's totally illegal.
So I'm the guy that will stand out there in the middle of the fucking street with my hands in front of me saying, okay, go ahead, cuff me, take me in, charge me with something. Go ahead. Because I'll have your badge, your boss's badge, and we'll go straight up the line from there.
Okay, so I finally found it. 42 U.S. Code number 264, regulations to control communicable diseases. Blah, 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 blah. Regulations prescribed in this section shall not be provided for the apprehension, detention, or conditional release of individuals except for the purpose of preventing the introduction, transmission, or spread of such communicable diseases as may be specified from time to time in the executive orders of the president.
Okay. So has the president specified an executive order about a communicable disease recently?
Well, I mean, he doesn't say everyone has to stay in their homes.
Nope. What else does it say? Does it say all the fucking things that it has to be before it even thinks about being a communicable disease that's worthy of quarantine and taking away your liberty? Does it mention that? Does it mention anything about the fucking redress of incorrect? Or does it mention anything about the possible review of same?
Nope.
Legal review of same. Well, then
I just
sounds to
wanted to
me like
point
it's
it
kind of
out, man.
lacking.
That's all. There's something in the U.S. code that says the president can quarantine people.
Yeah, there's something in the U.S. code for just about everything.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. That's all, dude. I'm not promoting it.
No, I'm not saying you are promoting it. Does it sound like I'm upset?
No, man.
Okay. I know I get a little uppity sometimes. Can I join the chat if my mic works? Yes, you can, Chris.
Don, I'd like your uppity.
Absolutely, Chris. Here, let me get you a link.
Okay, here's what it says. Such regulations may provide that if, upon examination, any such individual is found to be infected, he may be detained for such time and in such manner as may be reasonably necessary. So leaves it up into indefinite quarantine. What the fuck? It's highly unconstitutional. I
don't even concern myself with it.
Yeah, but see, we have to concern ourselves because this is what the powers
other people are listening to. You're right.
No, the powers that be, the powers that be will use this shit against us, and unless we know that such a thing exists, 42 U.S. Code number 264, then we'll be unprepared. So I read this shit and I try to comprehend it and I talk about it, and that's all. It's just a topic for discussion.
Okay. There's a topic. There's a 42 U.S. Code 283, I think it was, but I don't recall, about intimidation under cover of authority.
Cover of law.
This shit.
Cover of law, yeah. He's doing good research. Yes, he is.
I'm trying, man. At least I'm not just sitting there like a fucking clam. Trying
well, I mean, clam's good too. Did y'all watch the hearings in Michigan? Yeah. Boopity boop.
What's up,
Chris? What's up?
Going pretty good. How are y'all doing?
I'm going to refresh because I can't see Chris. Stand by.
So what's up, man?
Oh, not too much. How are y'all doing?
Going crazy.
Man, I had to hop on here and share my how I'm getting down here in Wisconsin with Governor Evers' mask at home order.
Are those gonads hanging off your mask?
Mask at home order.
It's around my chin nuts, man. That's for the sweet and sour sniffles.
Dude, that's awesome. I love that.
I just wanted to hop on here because I know up in Wisconsin, I know our votes flipped later that night. And I know the state had to be like 90% voting for Trump, man. Outside of Dane County, even in Dane County, outside of the city of Madison, you saw nothing but Trump signs. And that was like the whole state. So when they came in, I mean, it had to be just a huge ripoff for Wisconsin never going to, Biden like that.
Well, what are the people doing about it up there?
Well, I went to the Stop the Steal rally 2 weeks ago in Wasota or whatever that is, right there by Milwaukee. Right. And there was about, I want to say, quite a few thousand people out there, and this is outside of Milwaukee. Black Lives Matter tried to show up, but the Proud Boys out of Chicago shut that down, and Oath Keepers. Right. And that was actually, for as many people that were out there, and especially a lot of armed people, man, it showed a lot to say about our side of it. It showed that it's a lot of really good people out there, a lot of really disciplined people, because there wasn't no shenanigans with all the guns that were out there, even once Black Lives Matter showed up. And in the city of Madison, I don't know if you guys around the rest of the country heard this, but like in the city of Madison, I think they might have been doing it in Milwaukee too. But for like a couple weeks, or I think maybe even a month prior to the election, they had been going to the parks in Madison, registering people and getting their votes even before the election had happened.
Right.
So I don't
They were
know. I
giving
mean,
them,
I'm going to another rally in 2 weeks up here, and that's to try to get Governor Evers out, and that'll be in Madison.
They were giving them $250 gift cards to just hand over their ballots signed and blank.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
Buying votes. It's highly illegal. That's basically called buying votes, Chris.
Yeah.
Trump outlined it in his speech today. Did you see Trump's speech today?
Yeah, but why ain't the
I watched the
goddamn
whole thing.
FBI able to see that?
And what the
Barr
fuck is
standing
that
up
for
there saying,
Barr? What that fucking piece of shit
Yeah, I know.
doing?
Well, apparently his thumb is deeply up his ass
Yeah.
at this point in the program.
I think technically he's correct. Actually, because they're not using the DOJ to run this thing. They're using military intelligence. And the
Do
military.
you think maybe Barr's statement was just not
Yeah.
to like tip anybody off? You know what I mean? Maybe it's just not to ring the alarm bells or anything. Because once they come out saying something, that's when all the the roaches are going to scatter once the lights start shining on them. So maybe
Right.
they're really just trying not to tip them off, to let them keep doing the dumb shit that they're doing. Excuse my language. Sorry about that.
Well, it's sort of that.
Dude, you can't do no fucking cussing on here. The fuck?
What the fuck do you think this is?
Who the fuck do you think you are? Exactly.
No.
I'm still
Hey.
back in the DLC, man, I guess.
No, Chris, you're probably right. You're probably right on the money right there. But that's what I'm thinking, is that they're not using the DOJ because the DOJ is corrupted.
Right. Just like the FBI, CIA.
Right. They're using military justice and military justice and military intelligence and the military police to round up these traitorous bastards, because these are high crimes and treason. These are federal insurrection. He's going to employ the Insurrection Act, and this is a military tribunal situation. We will not see these trials hit public TV.
Wow.
No, I'd be definitely surprised if we saw that. And, the one thing, it doesn't surprise me coming out of Madison. I went back to school in Madison. I think it was in the spring of '89. And I attended this dinner, this one student's house whose mom worked for the Madison Metropolitan School District. Her dad was like a bigwig on the school board. And they used to have like a big Soviet flag right in their freaking living room. And these are the people that were like running the education department, like for the city of Madison, man.
Wow.
Just so I'm not surprised.
How can that level of communism live so close to, say, a Minnesota, where there's a gun behind every blade of grass? Or I just don't understand how that jives. One state jives with the other. I guess
that's like in Wisconsin, right? I look at Madison. To me, it's like because I was surrounded by lakes, right? It's like the city surrounded by reality, man.
Yeah. That's the way it's beginning to look for most cities.
Most states.
Well, it's the city surrounded by reality. Is the Trumpers or those of us out in the rural areas, and those the blue pillars are the guys that's sitting downtown sipping a latte and taking an Uber.
It's funny you guys talked about George Bush Jr. earlier. That guy used to smoke crack and snort cocaine on the side of Houston I was living in when I was a kid. He used to off of Fonder, and he He used to have an
See?
apartment down there.
Liz, I
Yeah, he
told
used to have an
you.
apartment down there, man, and just get fucking lit up, man. We used to hear stories about that shit when I was like in late elementary school, junior high, even. How about the
Told you.
cocaine parties dude was throwing?
He's a fucking crackhead. He was a cokehead. Oh, yeah,
Who?
yeah.
Who was a crackhead?
Yeah.
Oh
That
yeah.
was Bush.
Oh, yeah.
The second one.
Yeah,
He was a cokehead. He was
womanizer.
fucking cokehead that flew jets for daddy in the
Cokehead.
National Guard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
remember.
was-
I don't think YouTube like that, man. My screen went black.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, he was best friends with Mr. Clinton, the drug dealer guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So yeah, I got nothing for anything except for Trump. In like I said, in the last 40 years, I really don't got any respect for any
No,
of the
not since
fucking politicians
I
that have
haven't been.
come
I
through
haven't
the
been.
pipe.
I haven't
recently.
voted for any of them either. None of
You
them.
know,
I didn't vote for Bush. I didn't vote for.
Well, I
Bush.
have to
I feel
vote.
like embarrassed to say this. I would have rather back in when Kerry ran against Bush, right? This, I was like probably in just turned 30. So I was still kind of young. And I really believe Kerry was better than Bush at the time.
Oh wow, I was into Ross Perot.
And I like Ross Perot. I always thought that
Hey,
dude
I
was cool
voted
as
for
shit.
Ross.
I voted for
I
Ross.
voted for
Perot
Ross.
for the.
I like Ross.
Man,
I still
if
like
that dude
Ross.
could come back from the dead, I'd vote for him, man.
Well, I voted for him
Yep.
both times he ran against Clinton, and I
Yeah.
wrote him in the next time when Bush first ran. Right.
Dude, when I couldn't vote for the Obama McCain. I was in prison in that one. Then I got out. And I got off just of parole just in time to vote for would have been Romney and Obama. So I voted Mickey Mouse that time. I was like a socialist for
Yeah,
Romney, man.
yeah.
I don't know, man. Mickey Mouse, dude.
No, I voted for.
Romney, you know, I held my breath and I felt cheap like a fucking. I felt like a $2 whore when
Well, I voted for
Oh,
Ron.
man,
Yeah.
Made me sick to
voted
my
When I was
stomach.
18, I voted for Tommy Thompson in Wisconsin, who was a Republican governor. And I was like super liberal back then. But the liberal guy, I'll never forget. I was like, it was my first election. So I like read up on the guys. I was like, holy fuck, I can't vote for this dude, man. So I went and voted Republican, man.
Yep. Yep. And
But Trump, man, that was Trump both times,
all
man.
have our
Cha-ching,
changeover
right on the
points.
thing. I was in it for that guy.
right. I was actually a delegate for Ron Paul
Oh yeah.
for the state of Missouri.
Oh, wow.
I voted
That's
for Ron
cool,
Paul.
man. I like Ron
campaigned
Paul.
for Ron Paul for 8 years.
We won our
That's
caucus
nice, man.
in our congressional district. We won our caucus, and it was well, the first caucus we had, it was raided by the cops.
Wow.
They arrested our chairman that we had elected and broke up the caucus, and it made national news
For what?
because we weren't going to go along with the narrative that these bastards laid out.
I mean, well, what kind of charges? They had to have a warrant or something.
I don't know what the hell the charges were
Actually-
specifically.
Wow. Wow.
Sedition?
No, it was more
I
like
had the Secret
trust-
Service show up at my house for asking them what was so secret about the Secret Service, man.
Right. Well,
I'm not even kidding, dude.
But they-
That shit was crazy as shit, dude.
well, we had to have another caucus, so
Oh.
because this one went to hell in a handbasket, and nobody there was going to have anything to do with what the agenda they laid out. They said basically that our votes that we showed up didn't matter, that they were going to apportion the votes to the needs of the community. No, we were like, no, that's not how this fucking works. People show up, their votes count. People don't show up,
Yes.
don't count.
Yes.
And so the chairman of the Republican committee in charge of the caucus tried to close down the caucus And so we turned around and our chairman that we had elected, he says, okay, they kicked us out of the building. So we started organizing it was a school. So we started organizing in the front area, in front of the school, and putting things together. And they came and they arrested him. I mean, there was cops lining the parking lots. There was fucking black helicopters in the skies. I mean, they were going to arrest everybody who wouldn't comply. And they ended up just arresting the chairman and sending everybody else home under threat of arrest for trespassing.
I thought I was going to get arrested for marching down the street holding Ron Paul signs, but we did it over and over again for months.
Now, the second caucus they held, we won. We won it. They couldn't stop us. And
well, we were just campaigning. We were just marching down the street with signs. Elect Ron Paul. Sorry.
So at the first caucus, when it actually happened the second time, I was elected as a team captain for the delegation and elected to go to district and state convention. And to the national convention, had we actually were able to get Ron Paul through the community and at the state level, but that didn't happen because they screwed it over at the state.
This is highly revealing. I always wondered what happened to Ron at the end. The last 2 weeks before election, he dropped out. He withdrew his name. And I'm like, you motherfucker. I was so angry.
They threatened to kill him.
Oh, that's why.
And his family.
That makes sense. I figured it was something.
It was in June of 2012, just before the election.
And he said, vote for Gary, what's his name?
Yeah, Mr.
Gary Johnson.
Beans, yeah.
He said, y'all just, everybody that wants to vote for me, vote for Gary Johnson. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Right. Well, they threatened to kill him and his family and their kids.
I figured it was something like that.
Just like they did the same fucking thing to Ross Perot. They did the same fucking thing to Ross Perot in the month of June prior to the elections. Look it up. It's in all the papers. You can go back in the scripts.
It figures.
But they did that. And, you know, if you look at the interviews with Rand Paul, after that happened in June of 2012, you look at the interviews with Rand Paul.
Dude, I was so fucking disenchanted. I was so fucking pissed.
He was sweating. He was nervous as hell to even be on the camera.
I couldn't even go online anymore after that. I just was so fucking pissed.
I tell you what, yeah, it was.
I withdrew into a deep, dark alcoholic.
Right. And you think you were pissed? I was up in there. We were fighting a good fight, man. I was on front lines politically.
Do you guys know anything about it? I just moved up to where I'm at in Wisconsin, and they got a representative up here, Tony Kurtz, man. Has anybody heard anything about that guy? I don't really know a lot about him because I was living down in the southern part of the state.
No, not that I'm aware of.
I'm trying to learn about it.
I gotta get off here.
You gotta go.
I'll be in chat another 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I got a 8 a.m. meeting in the morning, so my day is full.
You gotta get your beauty sleep.
So, you know me, dude. I'm ugly as fuck. So yeah, I need all the beauty sleep I can eat.
All right, Patriot. God bless you. Dream well.
All right, you
guys take care. And I'll see you tomorrow night, I'm sure.
Tomorrow night, man. Take care. Have a good meeting, man. Later,
guys. Bye.
So, yeah, man. but yeah, I've been up to Milwaukee, and I've been up there. I did a bunch of the Best Buy stores up there when we were doing refits with the company I was working for.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we did a bunch of stuff up there, and I was up there for about a week. The same time you guys were having the bike rally.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we used to have them all the time.
Right, right.
Every
Yeah,
year we always had a big thing in.
yeah.
But that changed somewhere along the line, man.
I got a shirt.
Can't have fun no more.
I know, right? But yeah, that was what? That was 15 when I was up there. 2015.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would have been yeah, that was a big one they had then.
Yeah. Yeah. I just happened to be in town at the same time, right down the street, in a hotel right down the street from it. I was like, this is badass. So you know what I did?
Dude. The whole I don't know how long you worked in Milwaukee, man, but the summertime in Milwaukee with the river or the lakefront there, like that shit's like almost every other weekend has like some kind of festival, man, like Latino or whatever.
Right.
You know, Italian week, German week. You know, so there's always a lot of fun shit to do, man, or there used to be anyway. I don't know. I haven't been down there for about 3 or 4 years now.
It's always a cheesehead thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Well, we definitely like to drink and eat food up here. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think that's all there is to do up there.
Pretty much, man. Got some cool wildlife and shit where I live at now. I just, man,
lots of fishing.
I moved up here, and I seen the first week I was here. I seen a deer chasing, or I mean a wolf chasing down a deer, man, a big ass buck.
Oh wow!
And that shit was crazy, man. And then
Montana, the fucking wolf was bigger than the deer.
No shit, dude.
Yeah, the 300-pound wolf chasing down a 250-pound yearling. I saw it through a car window just like a quarter mile away. Them wolves are fucking huge in Montana, man. Let me tell you. Oh, I don't walk down.
That's a lot bigger than the wolf I seen here, man. That's for sure.
This thing had to be 300 pounds. Everything's bigger in Montana, man. I'm telling you what.
Hey, Skull, did you see that that expose that was done by Veritas on the CNN stuff?
Yes, Dallas. I live in Neceto, Wisconsin.
I went up. I was headed up the main highway out of Wisconsin going north, and there's a place of Where's Waldo.
What was that?
There's a Waldo, Wisconsin.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, that was an old thing. Where's Waldo? I think it came from a movie.
Yeah. Yep.
There's a Waldo, Wisconsin, man. That's funny, man. I've never noticed that.
Yeah. And I was saying that's the last A&W headed south out of Milwaukee. That's the last real A&W I've ever seen.
No shit, dude. Wow.
That was the last one.
They shut one down right by me, man, in New Lisbon. They shut it down, I think, like a year ago or last year.
But yeah, just south of, I think it's south of Milwaukee, coming out of Milwaukee, just back before you get to the state line, there was an A&W down there. Yeah. I still got the mug on my desk. Well, right here. That's where I got. Well, hold on a second. Let me see if I can. Hold on a second. There we go. Right there. It's a little Warren corner.
Awesome, dude.
Hell yeah, that's where I got.
Awesome, man.
And I
in Madison and in Monona and then in Oregon, Wisconsin. My great uncle, he used to own like three different ones.
Oh, really?
When I was a kid, we used to go there, and my mom used to be able to pull up, and we get food for free when I was little. So that was fun, man. I always get like a free root beer float and shit and a cheeseburger.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's back when they used to have the thing. You pull up and they'd have the order thing outside the window, and they put the clip tray on your window.
Yep. Yep. And they sell you the root beer by the gallon.
Yes, yeah, I remember that, man. Those were good
Yep.
days, man.
Yeah, they didn't have. That's the only mug they had. They didn't have the big ones. I was so pissed off. I was
No.
like, I'm not going to be by here next week when you get another shipment of the big ones. He goes, well, we sold them all. I was like, shit. But I got one they had, so it's sure enough, man.
That's cool, man.
Got me a Papa Burger and with the onion rings and a
Yeah,
big root beer float.
Oh,
man, I love their onion rings, man.
burger. When I was, have you guys ever heard of Shoney's restaurant?
Yeah,
Shoney's Big Boy. Oh man, that
Yeah,
burger is awesome.
and on Sundays they have a
Yeah.
breakfast buffet all day.
man.
Or
We used to go to the Shoney's down in with Tampa, Jacksonville. They had them all over Florida, man. I remember that, and we used to hit them all, man. Back when I used to do I got a cousin whose uncle through his mom's side of the family. We'd go down for a nationwide van lines, I think it was, or Allied. I can't remember one of them back in the day, but we'd be going through Florida. And man, that all you can eat buffet, man, that was the shit, dude. Especially after you've been hauling furniture all day long, man.
Right.
Yeah, but wait, do you remember the Shoney's restaurant in front of everyone? They had this statue, this huge fucking fat motherfucker. Fat as hell.
Dude.
They would be tearing down. You're fat shaming people. They'd be tearing down the fucking statue right now. He's holding this big old fucking double cheeseburger. He's fat as hell. Am I right or am I wrong? Do you remember? I know. I remember.
That's funny.
I
man.
remember. Yeah.
Fucking the guy that they used to drive the summer that we'd go go to Shoney's with. That guy is the only person I've ever seen get kicked out of Shoney's all you can eat buffet.
What'd he do?
He just kept eating too much food. They're like, man, you got to go, dude. You know, they finally got to a point, man, like you cut off, man. No more for you, man.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not even shitting you. It was the one outside of Tampa, dude.
Oh,
It
no,
was Shoney's outside of Tampa.
But it says
I'll
all
never
you
forget that
can
shit.
eat
That shit was
food.
too funny,
I'm
man.
not
We were
trying
high
to-
as shit, dude. And dude's he's kind of heavy set, dude. He's cool as shit, man. And but he got to mowing, dude. You know what I mean? You know, and finally the manager's like, "Hey, you guys got to go, man." You know, he's talking to my cousin's
You've
uncle,
been here
man.
for 2
So that shit was
hours.
too funny.
Got nothing but eat us out of the.
Right?
But it says all I can eat. I'm not done eating yet. You fucking bastards.
Oh man.
Right?
Yeah, but this I've seen people do that though. I've seen that happen.
I know.
Yeah.
Right.
I've seen somebody eat one of those 5-pound steaks down in Amarillo too. That was insane. I was like, you can't eat all. I did.
5 pounds. That's a lot of food.
It's 60-ounce steak.
And you can
I've
almost.
always wanted to fast for a couple days and then smoke a shitload of pot and then try to do that.
Right.
You know.
Right. No, you can't. You can't, dude. You got to eat up to that. You have to stretch out.
Eat up to that.
whole science to it.
Yeah.
And shit. Yeah.
You gotta train your stomach. You gotta stretch it out. I mean, what the hell?
You have to gorge eat for a couple days before that.
Not doing it. I'm doing good to put down an extra large Papa John's pizza. That's,
Oh man.
that's about a pound of food.
Yeah, I can't even do a large Pizza Hut pizza anymore. I get about half of it, and I've had enough.
Well, I just wait. I just don't eat for like 3 days, and then get really high on some weed. And then, Papa John's, bring me my fucking pizza.
Right.
What's
Well, they gotta-
starter?
Well, when I go down to that rally on in 2 weeks in Madison for the Governor Evers, I'll put some footage on my channel.
Oh,
I'll
rock
try to
on.
get some footage down there because I got some like pictures from the one man, you guys should have seen it, man. It was, man, I don't even know how many people were out there, but there was like 4 city blocks, square city blocks just filled with people.
Wow.
And for that area over by Mayfair Mall, to have that many people, especially Trump supporters, was just like amazing, man. Because, you know, in the city, that blows people's, you know, minds away.
Right. They're like, oh, shit.
Right, man. You know, you got these people, you know, riding around with shotguns and AR-15s and Trump flags. And, you know, they're like, what the hell's going on, man?
Yeah. No wonder that governor's all weirded out.
Oh, man, that governor, I tell you what, dude, I swear to God, that dude, he's getting his strings pulled by the lieutenant governor, Mandela Barnes, is I think actually the real governor of the state of Wisconsin. I just think Tony Evers has got his hand up, you know.
Right.
He's got the other guy's hand up his ass.
Just a puppet.
I mean, that guy's like such a waffler, man. Like, if you were to talk to this guy in the hallway, you would say one thing, and you go up to the next person, the guy says boo, he'd have a whole nother thing to say. And that's all it would take, you know.
Right. Well,
I don't know, man. Crazy. It's embarrassment, man.
I got a question for you, Wizard.
What's that?
All right. So for 3 fucking years, we had this doctor group on Alex Jones explain to us how soy products, soy flour, soy oil, etc., are a neurotoxin. So why the hell do people like Papa John's Pizza and Domino's and everybody else use as a main ingredient soy flour, soy oil, and they don't get it? What in the fuck? And I've complained. I've called up fucking corporate headquarters. I'm like, you motherfucking assholes. You're greedy son of a bitches going for the cheapest. I know that's the main answer to my own question is it's the cheapest fucking oil you can buy. And it's about profit.
Actually, what they did is they did it for allergy reasons.
Yeah, but what about olive oil? Replace soy oil with, just think of the revenue they could get if they just put out this huge ad campaign. Papa John's has gone pure virgin olive oil.
Right.
Soy oil.
Yeah. That would be different, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but they won't listen to me. They're fucking stupid.
Well.
They're like, oh, the bottom line, soy oil is half as cheap as olive oil. It's not going to happen, you know.
Oh, man, Thule, you taking off? Good night, brother.
I had to complain a little bit there.
Dream well, Patriot.
Thanks for letting me bitch.
You know it, bro. Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well,
man.
the midnight hour is here.
Smart business.
Yeah, the midnight hour is here, so I got to turn into a pumpkin. And before that happens, fire in the bowl.
Oh, hey, got you, man.
It up, man. What's a wizard?
What's up?
Dr. Group right about soy is a neurotoxin. It kills brain.
It's not necessarily a neurotoxin itself, but its effect on the human system has a way of invoking endorphins,
estrogen, fake estrogen,
and endorphins that would promote more effeminate kind of reactions in a male, because it counters the testosterone development in the male. So in a sense, it does use the neural system to do that. So in a sense, it is a neurotoxin, but not okay. It's more a hormone situation.
Yeah, but it's a fake estrogen from my research. It mimics.
Right. It mimics. Right. It's only a mimicker. But it opens the receptors and promotes the growth of those.
You can grow man boobs if you eat that much soy.
But you'd have to eat a lot of soy.
Well, there's fuckers in Eugene, Oregon. That's all they eat every day is fucking tofu sandwiches.
Well, then they fucked.
Yeah. Right.
That's all I got to say. Then they're fucked. That's all. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you could get messed up like that. So,
well, hey man, you guys have a good night, man.
Yeah, rock on. Thanks for coming up, Chris. God bless.
Thanks a lot for letting me do that, man. That's awesome. Have a good night.
Well, like I said, it's
thanks,
up there
Chris.
anytime you want. So,
Thanks for the great conversation, Wizard. I'm checking out. God bless you, sir.
you know it, brother. You have a great one. And thank you, Skulldrazer and Technologic, and yeet on my skeeter and my whatever. Right? The fire in the bowl is now. But you guys have a wonderful evening. God bless you all. I thank God for each and every one of you, each and every day. Dream well, Patriots, because we are winning. All right. I'll see you tomorrow night.